Junkies!
But let's talk about that Loki season finale.
Yep.
Loki season finale. I'll let GQ lead. I'll go over there with sound and I'll come back. All right, just go ahead, y'all.
Well, anyway, the season finale of Loki did, of course, premiere this morning. And for those of you that haven't seen it, I'm just going to have to just say it's, spoiler alerts coming. So if you're not ready for the spoilers, plug your ears, I guess. What do they call it? Earmuffs. But yeah, we're not holding back on this one. This is for the people that have, watched. So the discussion will begin, and hopefully we'll get falling in on this pretty soon. But Dido, what did you think of it?
It's a great way to end the first season. Opening up the multiverse, I guess, is the way I think they're what's happening. Period, because they explained that there was a multiverse. They explained why he did what he did, and I look forward to seeing more stuff. I being the person I'm disappointed at, we got to wait more than likely like a year, probably, or 2 years to figure stuff out. But I do believe that this is going to go into the movies that we expect them to going to go in. Multiverse of Madness is going to be something. Maybe Spider-Man. We're hearing Spider-Man is supposed to have multi-universe stuff. If it does, then that's probably a lead from that. And
Hot
as
Toys,
well as Ant-Man.
Hot Toys is actually kind of
Multiverse of Madness. What did I say? Madness of Multiverse?
Could have. Possibly.
Yeah, I probably said something crazy like that.
Molasses of majors.
Oh, and Jonathan Majors, he I enjoyed him in country. What is it? Lovecraft Country. Yeah. Lovecraft. Yeah, that was a really good show. And unfortunately, not getting a second season, but it's probably. I won't say for the best, but now he has the time to.
He came into this episode in a big way, which was cool. It was very awesome to see the fact that, and I'm not seeing him in the chat right now, but King Takeem said, "Oh no, they cast Kang after the fact." I'm like, nah, man.
Yeah,
Marvel does these types of things.
Yeah, we knew all about it, and it's kind of cool that for the first time. We as watchers and consumers guessed correctly. I last week said it would be too on the nose because from the past, what Marvel was doing, it was. But sometimes, I guess the moon shines on the dog's ass at least once in its life.
Once in a while. No, it was good. It was good to see them actually bring in who's going to be a movie villain for the Ant-Man movie into the show, like right now. A variant of them, of course. So out of the chat, what are you guys thinking there? Cube says right that they knew. He definitely enjoyed Jonathan Majors showing up, and he did his thing in this. It was really good introduction to Kang. I think I like how he hinted at I've been called a conqueror, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I like that. Of course, there's not gonna be any clues about Ant-Man. That movie comes out in 2023. I think. Really? Either 2023 or 2022. I know 2022 is Doctor Strange in March.
But that's March. And
so I don't know if I think Quantumania is 2023. I believe. I could be off.
Let's double check this. You got the internet right in front of you. Oh gosh.
Because remember, you got
it is
Spider-Man.
2020.
You got Spider-Man in there.
I thought Spider-Man was this year.
I don't think so. I think No Way Home or whatever. I think comes out. I could be wrong.
No, it says 2021 according to this. As long as they don't push it back, December 17th.
December 17th. That's Sony. Sony be kind of iffy sometimes with their dates.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because we got Shang-Chi coming out this year too.
Yeah, Shang-Chi is supposed to come out September,
and
if I remember correctly. Shang-Chi and the Eternals was November. So
we got some stuff coming to keep you busy.
Yeah, Immortus. I was watching the things on the internet because I like watching the certain YouTubers when they talk about the show because they give you all the backstory, which I don't know. But yeah, most definitely they say he was Immortus, one of the variants or whatnot.
Yeah, but it's Kang.
Yeah.
Because that's who he's going to be.
Kang Immortus. Well, he went through a lot of different names, apparently.
Oh, of course. So did I when I was younger. But,
really?
Then I became GQ.
I think I was only Darian.
All right, I think we got something.
We might have fallen. Can we hear something from you? Because you jumped into the chat. So let's see. Okay.
Am I here?
Fallen?
Anyone here?
Oh, no, we got nothing.
Now we can't hear him.
Now we can't hear him at all.
He can hear us apparently. Oh, wait.
That's something.
Now we heard him. Chat.
You got him?
Yeah, we hear you.
Keep talking. See if the chat can hear you.
Can anyone out there
I can hear you
hear
now.
me at all?
All right. So we'll wait till we get a response.
And then on purpose, they're not going to respond.
Right. Everybody's sitting on their hands now.
I said respond.
They'd be like,
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
there we
you.
go.
Yes.
Wolverine Solidar's coming
Thank
through.
you, Wolverine.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
There.
You
Now he's
have told us what
Now he's back. So what y'all
I've
missed?
been released.
So
quiet.
all right. So what you've
Big
missed,
spiky
and since you've been kind of unfortunately silenced for the majority of the show, is we're happy that Kang or slash Immortus slash however many other aliases you want to throw in his way is in the show. A movie villain has been introduced in a TV show before he showed up in a movie, so that's pretty cool.
Which is pretty big because Kang is like, he's a big enough villain that he can be, he's not necessarily Thanos level, but he's a big enough threat that he's been an Avengers villain, he's been a Fantastic Four villain, he's been a villain to damn near everybody.
I understand that, but here's what I don't want to have happen. I don't care if he's a variant multiverse villain. I do not want to see him popping up in everybody's movie because he's
There you go.
He's
Right.
not that special.
Right.
Unless they make him that
No,
special.
no.
They could possibly make him that
he's right.
special, but I'm
He's
talking
right.
about
You can end up overusing Kang,
Yeah.
and diluting him. You can't overuse him.
Yeah. I don't want to, and again, it's nothing. The actor is playing his role very well.
Yeah.
And yes, they could bring in a very sinister, vicious Kang, and it could be really interesting. But I do not want to see him pop up in every single movie just because of the fact that he's a multiverse variant style villain. Because oversaturation is boring.
Now,
Loki oversaturated?
No.
That's
Loki
highly
Loki
doubtful,
worked.
'cause, I mean,
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's highly doubtful because I mean, over the course of all 3 phases, we only seen Thanos a handful of times,
Right.
Over the course of 3 phases,
Right.
So I'm think they're more than likely going to do something similar with Kang because obviously they set up the fact that this is a whole multiversal thing. Like if I'm taking off the board, someone else is going to take up after me among the entire multiverse. So I'm more interested to see what kind of range they're going to give Majors for that role because you have the one that we were introduced to, this kind of benevolent but not afraid to get his hands dirty situation. And now now we're getting to the actual conqueror, Kang.
Right.
And to kind of see like how that switches up. So that's going to be interesting, but like I'm thinking it's going to play in longer for something else huge to happen. So this is literally like the whole fabric of time and existence itself. So like that's not going to be something that's a Pandora's box they can't close like ever.
Oh, no, and again, I get you, but to Dido's point, Loki wasn't really overused. Loki was obviously he showed up in Thor first. Then we got him in Avengers because that's how the Avengers were brought together, was to fight Loki in the comics. And then you had obviously he showed up in the Thor movies because he's a Thor character. And then the next time we got him was Infinity War. So he was never really oversaturated. He fit in where they had him. But I don't want it to suddenly be like, for example, if we went back to Phase 1, Kang was in everybody's movie. We don't need that because it's not necessary.
Definitely don't need that, and we don't need a kangaroo their hand. That was we had a wah freaking.
So we absolutely should have one of those.
Well, on that note,
What killed the dinosaurs?
yeah, it's about that.
It's like a
about that
Mr.
flat
Freeze
there.
bad pun. Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk about the other aspects of Loki. Now, just focus just on Kang. So,
Yes.
we saw. Are we going to see any of these other characters again? Obviously, in season 2, we probably could, because season 2, of course, you saw at the end of the teaser. A lot of people that are in the know already knew that Loki was getting 2 seasons. Tom Hiddleston did a great job. Sophia DiMartino as Sylvie did a really good job
Till the end.
That
Damn incest. Like, what the hell?
Wasn't that?
But it was already implied. Like
It's more like
2 or 3 episodes ago.
masturbation.
Right. Exactly. I wasn't necessarily talking about the thematic things that they were talking about in Loki. I was just saying, as a show in general, between all 3 Marvel Disney Plus shows that have come out, where would you put Loki at?
Loki sits in the middle.
Okay. What's top for you?
Yeah.
You felt Falcon and Winter Soldier, right?
Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier is probably top.
Okay.
Loki's probably in the middle in the WandaVision. Because again, I'm not in. It was fun, but it's like I'm not into the period piece thing.
Sure. Okay.
I liked it when it got near the end and it was Agatha all along, and we got the true Scarlet Witch.
Right. Cube was like, "Go F yourself, Loki." Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
I mean, it's kind of interesting because it's like it's a thing that they touched on in the show. It's like who else could he fall in love with but himself?
Because he's such a narcissist.
It's
Exactly.
Yeah, but the female version of your DNA is essentially your sister.
Dude, I'm not. Yeah, no, that would just be all kinds of wrong.
Unless it's yourself, because it is himself. But remember, he can change how he wants to look. So,
Oh no, I
he
know
wants to
that.
look like so it is himself. So, like I'm saying,
Right?
it's more
No,
like
no,
masturbate.
no. That part I get
yourself.
totally. But I guess the other thing I kind of want to talk about with Loki, just as not even just a show, as Tom Hiddleston, it's rumored that he's going to be in Doctor Strange now. Because at the end of the show, a lot of people are saying, well, why don't, and Head of Omega is just talking about this. Why don't they remember Loki at the end? Because when Sophie kicked him out, he's in another timeline. He's in another dimension because the timeline had already branched. He's somewhere else.
I thought it was going to be multiple variants, and he just met a different pair that's not the ones that knew him.
Exactly what happened.
I mean, in that one spot.
No.
He's out of that branch.
He's out of that
You
branch.
think he's just in a completely different?
Because look at the
Completely
statue.
different timeline.
There were
I'm
statues of
thinking
Kang, but
there
they
were
weren't
statues of Kang.
like they weren't
Right.
like that. That was like Kang is our leader type statue.
Right.
Go ahead, Fallen.
Yeah, I was going to say that, like, I'm thinking because wherever they are is like a nexus point. I'm thinking it's affected by whoever is in charge of being at that point of the end of time where the original King was, because like he was doing everything from his spot, and after what Selfie did what she did, and then the next Kang kind of took up the thing or whatever, like I'm assuming that kind of changed the dimension where the TVA is, which both are outside of time. So it's gonna be nuts, but it's also gonna be interesting because now it's at a situation where the multiverse basically is a thing now, and it can't be cleaned up at this point. So it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes, because it's like they answered things before it was done, but now it's gonna be more questions that they are gonna answer later on, obviously. So it's man, I would say that as far as finales go, I will say this is my favorite.
All right,
this is my favorite finale.
Cube over there giving out gift subs to everybody.
Put the gun down and give me a pack of
Thank you, Cube. Appreciate it, sir.
Cube still needs to get with us and get his.
I know, so he can get his freaking gift. His giveaway prize.
Right.
I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be Doctor Strange is going to have a lot of work on his hands, because I mean, this isn't, because even the Ancient One told him, it's like, who are you in this vast multiverse? So I mean, obviously the multiverse existed before this.
Right.
This is just making it way more complicated and messy.
Yeah.
March next year, guys.
Feeding right into What If.
What If is going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
I sure do hope so.
Oh yeah.
Well, What If is
I
also
enjoyed the comics.
Yeah, and What If is the final appearance of Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther.
Yep.
You know what I find is odd? That he did his voice, but
Robert Downey Jr. is not doing
didn't do
Tony
their
Stark.
voices. Like,
And neither is Chris Evans doing Captain America.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
RDJ, I don't think has ever done any voice work.
I mean,
And also don't forget, Hemsworth did a voice in Loki, so that's all you get.
Yeah, he did do Thor. Throg.
He did
Thor.
Throgs. He did Throgs.
I mean, Hemsworth is doing his voice in What If.
He is?
Yeah, he is.
I thought I read that he was there. Maybe I got the Chris
So
wrong.
far-
No, it's probably
Chris
Evans.
Yeah, I might have got the wrong Chris.
Yeah, Chris Evans is not.
And again, I have no problems with them being done, because let's be real. Robert Downey Jr. got a career resurgence from this, and is obviously the highest paid Marvel actor out of all of them. So there's probably some partial contractual things, and also just being tired, because he was the one that kicked it all off. Same thing with Evans. Evans has been Captain America. He's like, look, I want to do other stuff.
Which is
According to Wikipedia, when I looked up What If, they have him cast as Iron Man. They have Dominic Cooper as Howard Stark.
You can't trust those.
Yeah, I don't trust Wikipedia.
You cannot trust those.
It's not Wikipedia.
But no, even the Google readings, you can't trust those.
Is it IMDb?
No, it's just when you go on Google, it tells you when it's coming out, the cast, the overview, the clips, trailers, news, all that other stuff.
They probably don't know.
Don't trust those.
Yeah, those haven't been updated. Those haven't been updated since Pepsi Clear was a thing.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so far, the only people we know that's for sure coming back is Chris Hemsworth, Haley Atwell, Chadwick Boseman, rest his soul, and
pretty sure Tom Hiddleston.
I think Michael B. Jordan too.
Yes. Yeah. Mike B. Jordan is going to be Killmonger.
Probably Chris Pine. Not Pine. I'm sorry.
Chris
Pratt. Thank you.
Too many Chris's. Too many Chris. Too many Chris.
I think
there's never too many Chris's. You probably could.
Chris Pratt.
Well, Chris Pratt probably want to do it just for the fun of it. Jurassic World ain't going nowhere.
I think there was one final aspect of Loki I kind of wanted to touch on. But I'm drawing a blank now.
Here is Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero.
I know, like, if I was to say something as far as like the show entirely, I mean, it's a weird thing because like I wouldn't have expected this thing to be like a hit, kind of like sort of hit and missing as it goes along through the show, because it's like it would get good, but then it'd get wonky, then get good again, and then wonky again, and it's like it just kept going, like it just kept going on that roller coaster thing, and it's like, I guess like if that was like the whole aesthetic they wanted to go for the series as a whole, but I don't know. I just wish it was more consistent in what it wanted to do in some aspects.
What, Loki?
But yeah.
It's probably because they knew that. It's probably because they knew there was a second season coming, and that's kind of part of the problem with TV. If you know you can wrap up stuff or continue stuff because you're going to get another season, then you're going to leave stuff loose. Then you're going to leave those little hanging like storylines and cliffhangers, and it's just like when you write knowing that there's an end that you have to make, then it's easier to actually tell a full story.
I honestly feel like that's what benefited WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier more than Loki, because they knew they had a definitive beginning and a definitive end.
Yep.
They had so many hours to cut up their story in, and they didn't miss their beats.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed that clip. Make sure you check out our live content on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/culturejunkies. We also have a lot of content available on YouTube, unboxings as well as Blu-ray reviews. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/culturejunkies. And on top of all of that, if you go to culturejunkies.net, you can check out our merch store. The link is culturejunkies.net/merch. There's a lot of great merchandise there. So there's links and logos and stuff all around me. So check those out, and we will see you next time.